it did start with one man and one wrench. He had a relentless commitment to do things better. He didn't start with investors or a board. He simply started by solving customers' problems. We never lost the sight of our founding principle, which is actually, we are only as good as our last job. And that line is still used internally in the company, not as a pressure, but as a standard. It drives our culture, accountability, quality, humility. And frankly, I believe that's what makes VMS unique in this industry.
This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV, and we're very pleased to be joined today by Kris Larsen, Executive Vice President with VMS, to discuss this innovative maritime propulsion engineering company and some of its key projects. So, Kris, just to start us off, can you provide a brief career bio with insights on your responsibilities today at VMS?
Certainly, Greg. I am, let's say, I'm a marine engineer by trade, with specialization in both the mechanical and the electrical systems. And over the past 25 years, I've had the opportunity to work in some of the world's most demanding maritime environments. I began my career in the engine room, but quickly moved or progressed into leadership roles. At Noble Drilling, I led the large-scale projects, including overseeing the construction of the last 4 drill ships they built at Hyundai Shipyard in South Korea. Later on that, I went to Pacific Drilling, where I served as the technical director based in Houston, and where I was responsible for the global technical operation. I joined VMS Group in 2015 to drive the international business development and to establish our Brazilian subsidiary. Today, I'm the Executive Vice President. I oversee sales, marketing, service, purchasing globally, and I hold overall responsible for our subsidiaries in the United States and in Brazil. My role is all about connecting technical excellence with commercial focus, ensuring wherever our customers are operating within the VMS are within reach, and whether it's a critical offshore asset in Brazil or if it's a wind installation project in the North Sea, our ambition remains the same: to be trusted, present, and performance-driven. I'm proud to be part of a company that truly lives and breathes for the maritime industry, not only just in words, but also in the way we act, solve problems, and show up for our customers every day.
That's excellent. And I'm sure VMS was very pleased to get someone with such a long and diverse background as well. So, Kris, I know many watching this or reading this know the VMS name, but can you update us? Can you give us a by the numbers look at the company today? Something that just gives a size and scale to your operations.
Absolutely. VMS Group employs close to 400 people across 5 countries, with operational hubs in Denmark, Brazil, Namibia, United States, and latest in Saudi Arabia. We deliberately position ourselves near key maritime and offshore regions because proximity matters when downtime is on the line. That said, the majority of our service doesn't happen at our workshop. Most of it is carried out by our mobile flying squads, multidisciplinary teams who travel directly to the vessel or to the shipyards whenever the job is. This ensures a rapid response, minimum delay, and high adaptability, whether it's dry dock overhaul or a critical offshore intervention. All of this is supported by the beating heart of VMS, our headquarters in Frederikshavn. That's whether it's technical planning, engineering, tooling, machining, full load test takes place here as well, and where every field operation is anchored. We handle more than 1,000 service operations annually across the globe, and what unites them is a consistent model localized presence, mobile delivery, and centralized excellence. That's how we live up to our promise of performance, reliability, transparency, no matter where the customers are.
Chris, that's an excellent recap. And again, I appreciate that. So, I've had the pleasure of talking to many of your colleagues at events around the world, and I understand that VMS has been built on innovation. And I don't want to butcher the quote, but if I remember correctly, it's one of my favorites, and that's that it was started in 2001 with one wrench. Um, can you just give us a short history of the company, its founders, and I guess the aspects that really, from your point of view, set VMS apart?
That's absolutely correct. It did start with one man and one wrench, and it's not just, let's say, it's not just a good story. VMS was founded in 2001 by our owner Morten Vestergaard, who at that time left a secure position at Wärtsilä to start his own service company uh, with nothing more than a vision and a single wrench, like you said. Um, and then he had a relentless commitment to do things better. He didn't start with investors or a board. He simply started by solving customers' problems one at a time. Very quickly, a former colleague of him and clients joined him. Um, and he had this the customer first mentality, which actually became the foundation of VMS Group. The company later grew steadily, not by chasing volume, but by building a long-term relation and delivering constant quality. And that mindset have actually embedded in how we operate today, whether we are deploying a single service engineer or managing a full-scale propulsion retrofit. In 2016, Morten moved into the role as a chairman. The company rebranded as VMS Group to reflect, let's say, the broader global scope. And since then, we have expanded into multiple regions, adding subsidiaries in Brazil, in the US, and beyond. But we never lost the sight of our founding principle, which is actually we are only as good as our last job. And that line is still used internally in the company, not as a pressure, but as a standard. It drives our culture, accountability, quality, humility. And frankly, I believe that what makes VMS unique in this industry.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I love that one wrench quote, and I take it to heart on my own boat. I'll have a problem in my engine compartment, and I'll have like I'll have every tool you can ever imagine. I'm down there, and then when I finally realize that it's beyond my technical capability, I go to my marina guy, and he literally will jump on with a wrench and a screwdriver, and
Right.
in 15 minutes, done.
It's fixed. It's fixed.
Chris, again, I appreciate that insight. So recently, I understand that you opened shop in the United States in New Orleans. Can you kind of discuss a background on why that decision was taken and what opportunities you see here?
Establishing our presence in the United States, specifically in New Orleans, was a strategic decision, not a tactical one. Many of our key customers operate in the Gulf of Mexico and have repeatedly asked us to be closer to their operation. But for us, it was not just about geography. It was about, say, deepening relationship and strengthening the response time for our customers. We chose New Orleans because it gives us immediate reach into the key offshore hub while allowing us to support our customers doing critical yard stays and mobilizing phases. And just as importantly, it let us deliver VMS service standards locally with our own people, culture, and accountability. Uh, the facility itself is a joint setup with our long-term partner, Kongsberg Maritime, where we provide integrated service and repair for propulsion and thruster systems. And what we build is more than a workshop. It's a platform for delivering performance-driven solutions across North and South America. For our client, the value is clear. It's a faster turnaround. It's fewer handovers. It's direct access to the same VMS engineers they trust elsewhere in the world. And for us, it's a step toward our larger ambition to be globally reachable and locally grounded.
As you know from your experience, it's a big world.
Mhm.
And, looking outside the US specifically, by country, by region, by vessel type, by market, where do you see some prime opportunities for growth in the coming years?
Well, we see the growth in four strategic dimensions, to be honest. Geographically, sector diversification, engineering depth, and sustainability. For us, it's not just buzzwords. It's something that reflects what we actually, let's say, what we can deliver, where we can deliver a meaningful value towards our customers, right? That geographically, where we are expanding in Americas, especially in the US West Coast, into the Caribbean, including the Curacao, Suriname, Guyana. But we're also targeting markets in Asia and the Middle East, where there are the need for a high quality, flexible service providers. Um, in terms of sectors, we continue to serve the oil and gas, the commercial shipping, the ferries, the fishing boats, but we are growing fast into renewables as well. We support wind turbine installation vessels, hybrid propulsion projects, complex stretching operations where the technical demand and environmental requirements are increasing. And then I said on the engineering side, we are scaling our capabilities across 3D scanning, prefabrication, onboard installation, and commissioning. We manufacture gensets at our headquarters in Frederikshavn, each one, let's say, fully load tested before delivery. We support a wide range of propulsion and power system configuration across vessel classes. And then finally, the sustainability, it's not just a responsibility, it's a growth engine. We help customers reduce carbon footprints by extending equipment lifespans, modernizing propulsion setups, integrating hybrid readiness, installation of compliant ballast water treatment systems. Our approach is practical. We don't just talk the energy transition, we actually enable it in a real world condition with real cost and operational benefits. So whether we are extending the life cycle on a pipe layer in Brazil or helping an offshore wind operator meet emission targets in the North Sea, our expansion follows a simple logic. Go where we can make a technical, commercial, and environmental difference.
I believe that VMS is brand agnostic, meaning, you work on any engines. Are there any particular brands that you can discuss that you have particularly good relationships or otherwise, I guess, make up the majority of your business?
That's correct. It is something our customer really value. Being a brand agnostic doesn't mean that we are disconnected. It means that we are free to focus on the solution, not on the logo. We work across all major engine and propulsion brands, from MAN and Wabtec, Caterpillar, Wärtsilä, Cummins, Scania, and Volvo. And we maintain a strong partnership with several OEMs, including formal service agreements with Wabtec, Bergen Engines, Yanmar, Himsen, Kongsberg, MAN STX Americas. We are also an officially representative for Woodward Orange, and we collaborate closely with various trusted turbocharger specialists. This enables us to offer complete system support, like a one-stop shop, from the mechanical service to the automation to sourcing OEM and alternative spare parts. What makes this setup valuable for our customers is actually the combination of freedom and trust. They know we are not locked into a simple brand or business model, and they know we have the experience and the certification to deliver the right work to the right standard. So whether we are doing a MAN engine in the Middle East or troubleshooting a Bergen unit in West Africa, our clients get one thing: the partner who speaks every single engine language and works in their best interest.
So can you discuss a few recent or ongoing projects, something that you believe really highlight the VMS strength and value proposition?
There's two projects I'm particularly proud about. We just completed them in two different locations in the world, one in Las Palmas and one in our in Brazil division. The first one was what do you call that? A full propulsion and system service on the diving support vessels in Las Palmas, where we took the complete responsibility from Bergen and Caterpillar engine overhauls to turbochargers, steering gear, thrusters, and firefighting systems, and more. One team, one point of contact, all coordinated and executed by VMS personnel. And the result was it was a tightly scheduled dry dock delivered on time with zero rework and the satisfied customers back on contract. It was a big scale project, this one here. The second one was also a large scale project, and it actually proved what VMS is capable of. It was a thruster overhaul on a pipe laying operating in Brazilian water, and the whole team was, let's say, the team was led by all our Brazilians. And what we were removing, we were overhauling, replacing of azimuth thrusters and retractable thrusters. And the scale was significant. We had over 70 VMS engineers, superintendents, logistics staff, and planners involved. But the coordination was seamless because it was all managed under one roof. So in both cases, we didn't just send people, we actually sent ownership. We were responsible from end to end, planning, execution, documentation, and follow-up. And that's what our customer value and actually what they asked for. Again, a one-stop shop. They don't ask not just for the technical skills, but for the peace of mind that comes with a partner who solves and simplifies and stays accountable.
When you look at all the big technology trends that are driving maritime propulsion today, how is that impacting a VMS? And in turn, how is that making VMS a more valuable partner for your clients?
We look at VMS, we look at this as a big challenge. We embrace it because we know it's coming. And one of the reasons that we are partnering up with a lot of the big brands like Bergen and Wärtsilä, Himsen in the world, is because we know we can't do this on our own, but we do embrace all these new things that's coming in the world. We try to educate our people. We put them constantly on courses. We constantly train the people to be able to serve our customers. And we see a big difference what we see now when they're building ships. We go more, the fastest way to be, let's say, more sustainable is to go like a hybrid systems, right? So in the old days or past where you build a ship with 4 engines, you will probably have 3 today, and then you will have a big battery package and everything is diesel electric. So we are increasing our electrical department, we are increasing our engineering department, and have electrical engineers, specialists hired to be able to accommodate these requirements and needs as well. Yeah.